Welcome to tonight's webinar on spreading your risk in the digital currency and investments arena. On tonight's webinar, I'm going to cover briefly 3 platforms that I found to be both sustainable and to generate above average returns on a monthly basis. The purpose of this webinar is to share insights to the top platforms that I've identified and associated with being tied to viable, long-term, legitimate companies that have transparent ownership and can be verified with third-party documentation. But first, I have to read this disclaimer that all information shared on this webinar cannot be received as professional investment or financial advice. This information is based on my personal research, and no income guarantees can or will be made. All income projections are based on current research. All attendees understand that past performance is not indicative of future results. During this webinar, we will review several platforms, and they are listed in order of confirmed long-term sustainability from high to low based on current market research. The first, we will look into Bitcoin and Ethereum mining with Mining Max. The second one will be Bitcoin trading with USI Tech Bitcoin packages. And the third will be global investing with Atlantic Global Asset Management, which for those in the US is done based on investments made with either Bitcoin or Ethereum. So let's jump into it with Mining Max. Now, Mining Max is a fairly new company. They're registered out west in Los Angeles, and they have a very unique setup wherein they are simply capitalizing on the mining of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other popular altcoins based on sharing the cost for machines with potential investors. The beauty of it is that Mining Max is sharing this cost and the profit to build one of the largest mining networks with a very dynamic mining system that can allow investors to take part in the mining of several cryptocurrencies by sharing the profits 60% to the investor and 40% to Mining Max. So the what, why, and how of it is very simple. You purchase a 2-year lease by mining machine contract, and at the end of 2 years, you can have this machine shipped to you, and then you will take care of the machine and you will be responsible for its operating costs, or you can upgrade for under $750. I believe right now it's stated at $500, but you can upgrade for under $750 at the end of 2 years and extend the contract for another 2 years. Now, all of the mining profits can be calculated on the web. So I'll click this link right here. And as I said, I like to use third-party documentation. You go to Crypto Compare, you go to Ethereum, and this company is producing with Ethereum net, meaning what you get for each machine, approximately 3 to 5 Ethereum coins per month. The actual power usage is roughly 400 to 500. So let's say you go in here and you put 400 megahertz, and you see here it's roughly 5.43 Ethereum per month, with the current price of Ethereum being roughly 280. You would get about 3 of these. So if you do simple calculation here, 3 times 280, your monthly profit will be roughly $840. And the machine costs you $3,200. So within 4 months, you will see a 100% ROI on your investment. And you can purchase very large numbers of machines at one time. Right now, I think the largest amount of machines that you can purchase under one EIN or one entity number is 100 machines. But we have yet to confirm that, just because of the quantity size, to see if that can actually be fulfilled legally under one entity. It has to do with franchise rules, etc. But in a nutshell, if you're doing less than that, you can purchase, as is stated on the contract, which they will give you, but I'm just giving you a high profile. You can purchase a 2-year lease at $3,200 per machine and see roughly $800 per month come back into your Ethereum wallet. Again, you can also choose to mine other currencies. Now, the future of mining Bitcoin or Ethereum is going to be stable for decades. If you look at this Business Insider article right here, it shows you that Bitcoin mining facilities are being generated globally. You can see a vast one here that's in Iceland, and this one is actually owned by Genesis Mining, one of the largest mining companies in this industry. In addition to Genesis Mining, I'm pretty sure most of you are aware of John McAfee. Again, I'm just searching third-party documentation so that you can see the viability of this industry. If you look up John McAfee, or the McAfee software mining company, another article come up other than Business Insider, and that actually, here's another one. Crypto Coin News. Business Insider does have an article on him too, though. John McAfee will start mining Ethereum. And that's, ooh, look at that. That's in June of 2017. So we can see that John McAfee is putting his money into mining Ethereum also. The company that he owns is MGT, and they already started mining Bitcoin in July 2016. They were pumping out 90 Bitcoins per month. Now he's jumping into mining Ethereum. So you can see that Business Insider talks about the profitability of mining Ethereum. This article with Crypto Coin News also talks about how John McAfee is starting to mine Ethereum. And then with Mining Max, this is the company here, and this is actually the machine, the MMAlt 601E-Z. They're focusing on primarily mining Ethereum also, just like McAfee is. Now, you might want to know who the owner of this company is. I believe I have his info over here. I hope you can see this. There we go. His name is Namho Park. Namho Park is the founder and chairman of Mining Max, and he has over 3 decades of experience in business management. The long and short of it is he helped to spearhead Kia Motors for almost a decade overseas, and he was in charge of the planning and marketing of sales overseas. He continued his work with Kia in the Americas as the president, and he literally brought Kia into the United States. I can provide this short resume on him to anyone who wants, but in a nutshell, we have a large company executive who decided to take advantage of this industry and start Mining Max. This is a great company because it's stable. It is registered in the US. Their mining facilities are in different locations overseas, some in South Korea where Kia Motors is located also, and that's because of Mr. Park's business location. But this is a great company to invest in because you can purchase basically as many machines as you can afford. Personally, I'd like to get up to a basis of 10 machines, which brings in about $8,000 a month. After four or so months, pay off the machines, and then keep scaling up to 50 and then 100 machines, and go on from there. Here's another article that shows you how this industry, again, is very profitable. Since 2008, when the cryptocurrency industry started, many cryptocurrency mining companies popped up and profited a lot. And this article from Quartz Magazine shows us that Bitcoin miners have collectively earned more than $2 billion since 2008. And there's another mining facility. A quick aside, with Mining Max, you would be purchasing one of these machines that's located in this mining bank right here, and you share in the profit. You can see why they would do that. Instead of them spending all the money to purchase the machines, they share the cost with the investors for 2 years, and after 2 years they get the machine back, or they send it to you and use the profits to keep going forward. However, you can see here that miners have collectively earned over $2 billion in revenue since cryptocurrency was established in 2008. And that's just with Bitcoin. So we can see that from this chart, the revenue of mining is only increasing. And we know that for 2017, it's going to be higher than it was for 2016. So this industry is not going anywhere. I believe that Mining Max has a great business profile and business goal to share the costs and to share the profits with investors who are willing to take part in this industry that has reaped over $2 billion for other miners who were savvy enough to jump into this change in the financial industry. That's it in a nutshell for Mining Max. $3,200 per machine. In about 4 months on average right now, you see 100% ROI. And then from there, you can keep building for the next basically 16 months. And then continue your contract after a year or two to keep mining either Ethereum or additional currencies. Next is Bitcoin trading with USI Tech. Now, Bitcoin trading, anyone can open a Bitcoin wallet like Coinbase, purchase Bitcoin, transfer it to an exchange, and then start to buy and sell or margin Bitcoin to profits. Now, USI Tech has a history of being successful in the trading industry. For 8 years, they have sold trading software on MT4 platforms to the public. And recently, meaning about the end of 2016, they added Bitcoin trading and mining to their platforms. The owners of USI Tech frequently hold webinars and they allow Q&As. And if you do look online and also in this notes that I have put together, I do have a video of an impromptu interview with the owners of USI Tech that I can share with you. If you want these notes, I could email them to you. Here's a what, why, and how. You purchase Bitcoin packages starting at 50 euros, and each package cycles on a 140 working day contract, and you earn 1% per working day. So after 140 working days, you receive 140% of your investment back. Now, you might say, well, is Bitcoin actually worth investing in? Is it going to grow in value over time to be able to justify putting money into purchasing these packages to trade Bitcoin and receive Bitcoin in rewards? Well, if you look at this link from a news article about Bitcoin. Let me close this other one right here. You'll see that Bitcoin is to be accepted at over 250,000 stores in Japan by the end of this summer. Now, we know that with any product that's in the market, the value of the product is typically, so if more than 250,000 stores just in Japan, and we're not talking China, India, Europe, etc., just in Japan are being added by the end of this year, we know that demand for this product, the cryptocurrency called Bitcoin, is going to increase also, which will increase the value of it. If you read further down in this article, it will show you, here we go. Currently, 260,000 food establishments and other retail locations nationwide are planning to use this tablet-based POS system. And on this POS system, Bitcoin will become a payment option at the shops that use Recruit Lifestyle's proprietary point-of-sale app called AirRegi. So you're going to have over 250,000 stores added to the Bitcoin network. And these are brick and mortar stores that people are walking into to buy and to get goods and food, etc. So that shows you that Bitcoin itself has a great future, and the price is going to increase as the demand for the product increases also. So how can Bitcoin trading then be profitable enough to where USI Tech, which is a well-known and well-vetted trading software provider, can say, yes, we can give you 1% per working day? Well, there's some third-party documentation that shows that this is possible. So we're going to go to weusecoins.com. This online publication is produced by the owners of BitShares. BitShares is one of the top, I believe, one of the top 20 cryptocurrencies. So they're very well versed and educated in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency industries. And here's a couple key points that they make about Bitcoin and why trading it is profitable. First, Bitcoin is global. What that means for traders is that there's no one exchange. So the valuation of it is not tied into one exchange from one country. It's global. So for example, while one country is seeing a lag in its usage of Bitcoin, another country might be seeing an increase. So it can stabilize it on a global market so it doesn't fluctuate with wild price changes, 10 to 20% just based on the news of one country. It trades 24/7, and that's huge because there's no one official exchange that you have to trade on. So 24/7, there are exchanges that have small variations in their listed pricing of the Bitcoin. What that means for the trader is that you can create arbitrage opportunities to trade between these prices on different platforms. So Bitcoin is volatile daily in the sense that, and this is very interesting, remember this is a trading for beginners, that it's easy to spot multiple days with swings of 5% or more. Now this is a third-party article by We Use Coins stating 5 easy steps for Bitcoin trading for profit and beginners. And they're saying that a beginner can see swings of 5 or more % per day. And that's an interesting claim. But if an article is saying that that's possible for a beginner, what about for a company like USI Tech? who has shown experience providing software to trade on the markets. So, instead of just taking this article's word for it, let's go to coinmarketcap.com and let's look at Bitcoin. And let's see. Oh, look, right there it says it. Okay, this is pretty simple. I was going to go through the daily on it, but right here we can see that just today Bitcoin rose 40%. So I really don't need to go into it that much, but let's look at it anyways. We can see now you can buy and sell and make income on the peaks and the valleys. So let's look down here at this valley. The lowest is 2581. The high is over here at 2616. And between 2581 and 2616, you have multiple swings. And each of these, that's roughly a 2% difference. Each of these represent at least a 1 to 2% differential, where if you're utilizing a software like USI Tech utilizes, which can do micro trading, you can see how it's very easy to see, just like the article said that we were reading, it's easy to see swings of over 5% per day, even for the beginner, like this third-party article says. So that substantiates how USI Tech is able to provide 1% per working day on a 140 working day contract. However, if you want to, it's possible to take this 1% per working day with USI Tech and compound it. So let's say, for example, you purchase 100 packages, and as those packages gain profits, you can automatically take those profits to purchase more packages. So in essence, you're compounding. I've done that myself, and I was able to more than double the investment that I put in less than 8 weeks because of the compounding factor. And then when I want to, I can pull out whatever percentage I want in increments of 10. So I could pull out 10% all the way to 100% every single day that I see profit. But currently, I personally am reinvesting 100% until I reach a goal, at which time I'll start pulling out 50% daily. So as I said, the owners of USI Tech are very visible, and they allow frequent interviews with company members, and they give very clear answers to questions concerning the software. If you want, I can send you these notes, and these notes have a casual interview with 2 of the owners. And if you want the notes, just send me a message in the chat on this webinar, and I'll make the notes available to you. So that is USI Tech. Last but not least is Atlantic Global Asset Management. Atlantic Global Asset Management has an agronomistic type of investing platform, and it's actually very impressive. This company is well known in Europe and Asia and Africa, and you can start investing in this company with packages that start as low as 90 euros. And I've researched Atlantic Global Asset Management. I refer to them as AGAM, and they have 25 fund managers that have a history of gains between 4 to 6% per week over the last year. That may sound a little bit far-fetched, but, and I'll show you some articles about it, but it's actually not far-fetched, because their agronomistic type of investing is based on purchasing fledgling companies globally, restructuring them, and then presenting them as IPOs. And typically on the IPOs, they're making a good 100 to 200% or more, and they're doing it within a short amount of time, and they're sharing those profits with the investors. Here's a third-party article, isocoinsight.com, and it's talking about AGAM moving into Africa. And one thing that piqued my interest about this article was this sentence. One of the execs, Mr. Robalo, said that to be successful, you need local partners, and therefore in Africa, AGAM has partnered with EcoBank. I would suggest that you Google EcoBank, and you'll find that it's one of the largest Pan-African banks overseas. And EcoBank is unique in that it respects the privacy of deposits, as well as AGAM respects it. And you can see here, all the investors' accounts are anonymous, and the bank has the right not to respond to requests from any structures and organizations. In other words, regulatory companies that do not have the best interest of the smaller investor in mind are not allowed to just impose their sanctions on a bank like this and force them to divulge information about deposits and investors, which is good for us, the investor. There's another article that shows as an example one of the projects of AGAM, and it's where they purchased an airline. Let's see if it comes up. There it is, purchases Cape Verde Airline. So, AGAM, Atlantic Global Asset Management, purchased, let me see if I can find it down here, some articles about who they work with. There we go. They bought the company TACV Cabo Verde Airlines, and that was, I believe, last year. And in purchasing this company, they went through an IPO stage where they purchased, revamped it, and then sold it to a large Chinese investor. And this whole process took place within 7 to 8 months. And in that short amount of time, they were able to generate estimated returns between 300 to 500%. So you can see how, just with that one example, it's legitimate that this company can provide 4 to 6% over the last year consistently, and they've been doing that actually since 2009. Now, like I said, the company has 25 fund managers, and you can start with as little as 90 euros, and the packages go all the way up to over $1 million for large corporate investors. Here's another article from investadvocate.com. And this article, I believe this is the article that shows the interview between one of the execs and the magazine owner itself. Now, here's something important. Atlantic Global Asset Management is the investing company. Questra World is the marketing arm for AGAM. I just want to make that distinction clear. And as you can see, this article says that these two companies are all already well known overseas. I want to scroll down. Here's a simple little Q&A between Robalo and the article writer. And this question right here is very good. They asked why they restructured the holding, and this explains the relationship between the two. And it says the first is Atlantic Global Asset Management, and the second is Questra World, which provides marketing and consulting support for AGAM around the world. They have offices in many countries. They just opened one up in Dubai. They have leadership conferences in Asia, Africa, Europe. It's pretty impressive how many offices and conferences that they have on a regular basis for training for their members in the company. And as you can see, it says that the main feature of the company, Questra World, as the independent advertising broker which promotes AGAM, is the possibility to open official representative offices in countries where local laws did not allow doing it earlier. So they restructured so that now, because of the restructuring, they're able to have local presence in different countries around the world because now they made it legal to do so. And we see here, they said that during 2017, they plan to open offices in 17 to 18 countries. So that's pretty impressive. Now here's an article, well, not an article, here is an official company overview video that I could provide, but one other piece of third-party documentation that I'd like to go over is the results of one of this company's directors, who is Alex Villa. I've watched Alex Villa, here he is right here. I've watched Alex Villa for a while, and he's grown from, he started with, I think he said 90 euros, and he got training, and he's grown to be a director with the company. And recently, Alex went to, let's scroll down, he went to Spain. Here he is. This is Alex in Spain at the home office, where he was able to sign his contract. This is him right here with his contract. And he had to actually take a polygraph test, as you can see right there, to prove that he was not laundering money, etc. He actually did a phone call for us to let us know about his trip over there. And he said there's a lot of things he could not disclose, but one thing he could say is that this company has very large projects that they are investing in, and the legitimacy of it is seen in the projects that they showed him, but he could not divulge them. So Alex is one of the main reasons that I saw that this company was viable, because I was able to see and hear firsthand from someone that started at a 90 euro package and right now is seeing gains of over 4 to 6% per week on tens of thousands of dollars, because he has helped to share this investment company with others. This company has a very good compensation plan, and actually I recently found out that once I reach 100,000 invested in my group, I will be given a cruise in the Caribbean, which was pretty nice to find out, since I'm less than a month in the company and I'm about halfway there in qualifying for that cruise. So that's pretty exciting. So that is Atlantic Global Asset Management and Questra. If you're interested to learn more in the last company, AGAM, I have a website, yourglobalbiz.com, yourglobalbiz.com, and this website has quick overviews about Atlantic Global Asset Management and Questra. You can watch videos that give quick introductions to the company. This is a 5-minute video. And as you can see, you earn 4 to 6% weekly passive. Each package that you purchase earns for 52 weeks. So as your money grows, and I would suggest reinvesting at least 50% of it, and then you can keep earning the 4 to 6% as the years go on. And you do get a very massive referral plan if you choose to, where you can earn 5 to 15% on direct referrals, and you can also earn infinitely on the team below you that you build. So this company truly has passive earning potential. Just a bit of a recap here. First, we looked at Bitcoin mining with Mining Max. You purchase 2-year leases on mining machines for $3,200, and on average right now these machines are producing 3 to 5 Ethereum. That's net for the investor. So your $3,200 roughly gets you at a minimum on today's market $800 per month. So within 4 months you're seeing 100% ROI, and after that everything is pure profit. You can purchase up to 100 machines under one EIN or one social security number. That's the current rule. I don't know if or when that's going to change. I do hope it does change, because it would be nice to be able to build up or scale up to more than 100 machines, where now instead of making $800 a month on one machine, you're making $80,000 a month on 100 machines. It's a 2-year lease. At the end of 2 years, you can either upgrade for less than $750 to a newer model machine at that time and then continue your mining, or you can request for the machine to be shipped to you, and then you will have to handle all the operating and maintenance procedures for that machine. But I think Bitcoin mining with Mining Max is a great investment to mine not just Bitcoin, but Ethereum, Zcash, and other cryptocurrencies also. It's almost like purchasing a passive franchise. It's plug and play. Next we covered was Bitcoin trading with USI Tech Bitcoin packages. They earn 1% per day for 140 working days, and you have the option to repurchase as you gain profit. So if you have $100 worth and you're producing $1 a day, after 50 days, you could go ahead and purchase another package, because these packages start at 50 euros basically. I'm estimating $50 just as an estimation, but you can purchase new packages. I would suggest definitely repurchasing as often as you can, because these packages can grow indefinitely past the 140-day mark if you keep compounding your investment. Again, I more than doubled my investment in a little less than 8 weeks because I compounded and I shared the opportunity with others, because you're allowed to receive about a 10% commission for personal referrals, and you receive commissions on your team referrals. But I don't get into that with this webinar. I just want to give a high-level review of these companies. And then lastly was global investing with Atlantic Global Asset Management. They've been around for quite some time now, very popular overseas in Africa and Europe, and they're in Asia. They opened offices in Dubai. And I also saw leadership conferences in Asia. I saw videos for those too. Alex Villa, I've talked to him personally, watched him go from a 90-euro package now to earning tens of thousands per week, which is interesting, just off of growing with the company, investing with the company, and sharing it with others. AGAM is very strong, agronomistic investing type of company. And all of the packages that you purchase with them trade for 1 year. And again, you can compound those so your trading goes out indefinitely every time you repurchase a package. Packages do start as low as 90 euros and they go up above $1 million. There are $5 million packages also for the large capital investor. But these three companies, I believe, are good, solid companies to spread your risk in. Whatever discretionary funds you have, I would put 50% of it into AGAM, 20 into Bitcoin trading, and 30% of it into Bitcoin mining. But that's just my suggestion. And with all of these, you can compound as you wish. Okay, so that is it in a nutshell for tonight's webinar on passive investments in the cryptocurrency and investing world. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to email me at joinwithhenry@gmail.com. That is joinwithhenry@gmail.com. Take care, and I look forward to talking to you soon about spreading your risk in this arena. God bless.